Welcome to Chris and Carlette Live, a podcast about life, love, and overcoming obstacles. Each week, we discuss the good, the bad, and the indifferent of life's interruptions. Now, here's your host, Chris and Carlette.
Keep believing, don't go stressing, keep it moving. God, we're resting, here to help you, here to bless you. With God on our side, CNC Life. CNC Life.
All right, y'all, it's us once again. It's us. Hold on, y'all. My wife is sending me some photos that I need to, let's see.
We have a lot to say.
Yeah, I don't see the ones. You just going to have to probably send those again because I don't see the ones that you just sent me.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see if they're timed. Yeah, send them again, please. All right. So today is May 27th, 9:00 p.m. Today is a heartfelt day for me. A year ago this time, my mother, hold on, I need to go here. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. Oh, shoot, did it? All right, let me see here. Can you resend that to me, please? A year ago today, my mother passed. My mom, she died. She passed from Alzheimer's, and for some reason it doesn't. Okay, she passed from Alzheimer's, and big shout out to my mother. To my mom, and she just raised me so well, I must say. I appreciate her life, her legacy. I'm Gene Edwards. She was an avid member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, and Carlette is having me do all this stuff while I talk about my. Can you talk about Imogene while I
listen? When his dedication he did today, and I was like, she was the socialite of all seasons, and she devoted Delta. Dedicated drifter, there's the links and then there's the drifters. Okay. Let her tell you. Okay. And so she shared a lot with me personally, professionally. She was an educator who went into retirement and they pulled her out. Okay. That's how good you are. Okay. She taught in the local college. She taught in the elementary school. Did she do high school?
No. You know what? She did a little bit in night school.
Okay. And so, listen, she was a woman that did not allow grass to grow under her feet. And, she was spiffy, she was spunky. When I met them, they were late 60s, but they did not look that. They looked younger than that. And so, I hear her voice often. I do. I hear her voice often, stuff that she shared with me. And she had many quotes. But the one that I liked the most was, the man, your husband may be the head, but the wife is the neck. So you get to turn the head. And then and she said, because a head without a neck is a freak and is lost. See?
My Lord.
If you can't turn your head, you can only look one way.
My Lord. But
so yeah. I'm just, she did. I mean, when we were dating, before we were married, even before we were engaged, I spent a lot of time with them without Chris being around. I would tell him, hey, I'm coming over. Come on. She would have lunch waiting for me. Or yes. When we get there, we would go to lunch, or dinner. I promise you, she was a jewel. She was rare.
Yes.
And when I tell you, fight for her family.
Fight the power.
Listen,
what? Fight the
she
power.
She was sweet and kind, but mess with them kids.
Don't mess with her son.
Especially this. Because in her eyes, he did no wrong.
I did no wrong.
I was trying to tell her.
But
I'm gonna tell you, she got me together
stock,
one day,
baby.
y'all. And I shared this in the marriage ministry. She got me together one day She was like, well, why did you marry him? I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that was the last time I told her something about her son.
Yes. Well.
Okay. I hope it was good.
Yeah. Well.
What in the world?
We went camping. We went camping this weekend too, and we had so much fun. There's our travel trailer, and we took that to a little town called Worthing, Georgia.
Yep.
It's y'all can look it up. I ain't gonna try to explain to you where it is, but we went to Worthing, Georgia, and we took the kids, except for Christian, because he had to work.
Yep.
And my wife did her fantabulous. Look at that, y'all. Look at that frying fish. Yes.
That is a tradition.
Yes. So she did that, and there's the.
And see, we're Northerners, so we had spaghetti with ours.
Yeah, we had spaghetti.
Yes.
But on top of that, you know what? It's always a pleasure to meet people. And we met some people. Shout out to the Yarbers. Yarbers. Yarber. You know what? I'm going to say his whole name. Wiley Yarber, just in case he's listening.
Yes.
Wiley Yarber Jr. So he's a junior, y'all. But no, we met a fantastic couple. They were next to us, him and his wife, Donna.
Yes.
And look, I'm a put a plug in for him. So, well, this is the area that we were camping in, and you can see it's just so beautiful, God's creation. But this is Wiley Yarber. He owns Coyote Appliances Repair. So there's his phone number. If you ever need somebody to repair I think he does home appliances. I think that's what he said. And then he works on RVs. Yeah, he does home appliances. So if you ever, he stays on the far east side of Atlanta, well, way farther than the east side, in another town. You know, I'm not going to share that with you all, but he does stay. So if you all need anybody to work on your appliances, feel free to reach out to Mr. Yarber. His phone number is there on the truck, 404-988-1113. That's 404-988-1113. Boy, this guy is hilarious. You know, so him and his wife, they're an awesome couple. It's like the yin and the yang couple.
They balance each other.
They balance it just
Definitely.
like I balance you out. Yes. Yes.
He
so
was doing good.
Also on Friday, you had your first transaction to close. There she is. Yes. There she is.
My client.
Your client
Was a referral from a close friend of mine, and I'm going to tell you, I learned a lot with this. You know, it's one thing to sit there with the books, and yes, I passed the test on the first try with real estate. Yes, I did.
Yes.
And it was not an easy feat. But I will tell you this, it's nothing like when you get in the trenches with it. It's a whole new world, and this was a great experience. I would like to shout out to the closing attorneys at Luter, Larkin, and Hunter. Great, smooth closing transaction. Attorney Andrew Garland was there. The pre-closer assistant, Miss Kivana, was amazing. And my broker, Miss Pamela Jackson Bass, out of Alabama, but we have. I'm part of the Atlanta, Georgia branch. And then our closing collaborator, our transaction coordinator, Miss Michelle Crump, amazing lesson. They held my hand. They told me to wipe my tears and wipe the sweat and blood and all that.
Yes.
But we made it. My client is happy. It was a great... Listen, real estate is the start of wealth. She added to her portfolio. It's her first home. And I'm so proud of her. And she did well for a first-time home. She did very well. And so I'm just grateful. People, the market is still good. The real estate, the interest rates haven't shot all the way up. The lower interest rate is with new builds. I'm trying to let y'all know this now. Pre-existing, it still exists. The inventory is low. If you're ready to sell, buy, or invest, call me. Okay. Reach out to me, DM me, email me. The information is all. You can always find me on Chris and Carlette Live, on my personal Facebook, Carlette Jones Edwards.
So look here, y'all.
Every time we go camping,
My guests want some of this. But
I make sure I make a 100-pound cake, so there was some left over.
my guests want some of them. But you know what? I'm not going to give them none. Because it's so good.
Stay focused, Chris. Stay focused.
You know what? But y'all got to try. If y'all, okay, you got to try her pound cake. But if you all want some ice cream, make sure you go get the banana pudding bluebell. What is it? Bluebell?
Bluebell.
Yeah, Bluebell ice cream. This ice cream, the banana boys outside.
I don't know no harm, but where are we?
Let's go ahead and you know what? Jelante say he's due for a slice.
Listen, come down here. Your auntie got you.
Hey, but right quick, y'all. Hey there to our lovely viewers. We thank all who are streaming now, including my wife. She's streaming her own show. We want to thank you for viewing the Chris and Carlette Live show. We want to take a moment to chat about something important to us. The reasons why we ask for your likes, shares, and subscribes on our platform, like YouTube and Facebook. We want you to like and subscribe. Make sure you go out. If you're on Facebook, make sure you bounce out to Mr. Pound Cake and the ice cream. Oh my God, Mr. Yarber is on. Hello, sir. We just gave you a shout out.
Yes. You're gonna get some phone calls for your services.
Yes. Let's put that back up there. Bam, there he is. Okay. So first and foremost, your engagement means the world to us. When you hit that subscribe, to our channel, or share our content with your friends and family, you're not just showing support. You're helping our community grow. Your actions tell platforms like YouTube and Facebook that our content is valuable and worth promoting to a wider audience. But let's get real for a moment. It's not just about the numbers or the metrics for us. Every like, subscribed, and share represents a connection. It's a way for us to know that what we're creating resonates with you, that brings you joy, laughter, or maybe even a little bit of inspiration. And that's what keeps us going. So when we ask for your likes, subscribes, and shares, it's not just a request for validation. It's an invitation to be a part of something bigger, to join us on this journey of creativity, laughter, and genuine connection. So we appreciate each and every one of you who chooses to support us in this way, whether it's by simply hitting the like button or by sharing our content far and wide. You're the reasons why we do what we do. We couldn't be more grateful. So from the bottom of our hearts, we want to thank you for being a part of the Chris and Carlette Live family. Let's introduce our guests.
Yes. So we have Mr. Justin Clark here, who is an author we are featuring. You all know that last week we had Miss Demetria Bryant, who's part of the Village. She is the tutor for one of the children, been so for the past 3 years. And she talked about the importance of reading and how much our students, our scholars, as she calls them, they lose 35 to 40% over the summer, okay, of what they've obtained in the past school year. So let's attack that. And so I got a hold to this author who is near and dear to our heart. We've known him, I can say, at least 4 years now. And so he is here tonight with us. I'm going to read his bio. So we have Mr. Justin J. Clark, affectionately known as Mr. Clark, and by his childhood nickname, Little Scooter. This is going to have relevance in a minute. Born in Atlanta, Georgia, to the late James and Mary Clark on November 18th. Raised on the east side of Atlanta, he attended Philadelphia Christian School for elementary and graduated from Rockdale County High School, class of 2004. He then went on to the world-renowned historically black institution, Tuskegee University, where Chloe thinks she feels she's going to go, located in Tuskegee, Alabama, where he received his degree in history education. After his undergraduate studies, He then went on to Liberty University and received a Master's of Art in Teaching Elementary Education. Justin never thought that he would be an educator, let alone an elementary educator, but walking into that pre-K classroom in the heart of East Point, Georgia, changed his life forever. The field of education is filled with challenges and oppositions, but it is the countless men and women who give of themselves, their talents, skills, and gifts to help ensure that there is a future for us all. Mr. Clark has been handpicked by the Creator to assist in the development of that future. His passion for children was sparked long ago when his mother made him assistant during his childhood summers at Covenant Faith Ministries Vacation Bible School program. His passion has led him to be able to work in the public, private, and charter school systems. Justin realizes the importance of representation and integrity, which allows him to be an innovative and passionate piece of the puzzle in the classroom. The creator and owner of Clark's Kids Academy, a mobile tutoring service that is intentionally serving the academic needs of children ages 3 to 7 and grades pre-K to 2nd, as well as a full-time Georgia educator, are the educational vehicles Mr. Clark uses to cultivate determination, birth inspiration, and nurture motivation for the future. Mr. Clark, I put a mist on there, maintains the principle that serving the community connects us all, and we can improve it and make it a better place for all of us to live in if we do it together. Being a proud member of several services and civic organizations allows Clark the opportunities to impact the community in a meaningful way. Lastly, and most importantly, Mr. Clark believes that serving the Lord is one of the chief cornerstones of life's success. Mr. Clark stands on the foundational concept that only what you do for Christ will last. This is Mr. Justin J. Clark. Let's receive him.
Yes. Jay Clark.
Yes.
What's going on? What is going
Man,
on?
we are so happy that you're on the show. Hey, I saved this last little piece for you. I don't know if you
Well,
want.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I would like my own, but I mean,
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so forgive me so much.
It just seems so unfair. Just
It-
seems
it-
so
it
Well,
does.
let me go
It
ahead and
does.
finish it out there.
Hello, Miss
please.
Nicole, Lady Remy, and Miss Connie Jones, and Mr. Jeffrey Keith. Why don't you go ahead and
Yes.
like and subscribe to Chris and Carlette live page? These are new names that I see, and I thank you for joining. I see that you are supporting your friend on tonight, and we are glad for him to be here. Mr. Clark, hello.
Hey, what's
How you
going
doing?
on?
Now-
I'm well. I'm doing well.
Good. Now,
This
I
is-
did
this
need
is
to
great.
add to his. He is also the forever Sunday school teacher of our daughter, Miss Chloe, Chloe
Chloe
Sophia.
Sophia.
Okay, and he is also the head usher of the usher ministry, doorkeepers ministry at the Life Church of Atlanta, where Dr. Terrence Merritt is pastor. So
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
we
I'm
you know.
I'm so
And he's
glad.
also a member of the coldest and the oldest 1906 Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated fraternity.
Absolutely.
Incorporated. The first
I'm,
and the
I'm glad.
finest.
I'm glad
Okay.
you got that last part out for your husband.
I'm just saying, I give love and respect to all.
But you married a
I
Kappa
married
man.
a Kappa that changed my life, and don't you ever forget it.
Married,
Okay.
change your life. Don't forget it, y'all.
All right, hello,
If y'all
Mr.
single
Xavier
women.
Frazier. I see you. So let's go ahead. Let's dive right into this.
See, you ain't trying to
so
let me go
glad.
there.
Come on, let's stay focused. I'm so glad that
That's
you
all right.
are here. So he wrote
Yes.
a book. Everybody
He wrote a book.
says Scooter goes to the zoo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before we go there,
Uh-huh.
we heard your story about basically in your bio how you became an educator. Did you want to add anything to that? Because I'm telling you, watching your stuff on Facebook make me wish I was a Clarkette. But go ahead. At the Ivy Prep.
So-
Uh-huh.
Like, I do. I tell people all the time. I thought I was really going to be a hot shirt lawyer, going because it's a funny story how me and my grandmother used to watch the. Of course, we couldn't touch the TV back then, and when she came down from New York, we watched Young and the Restless, All My Children.
Yes.
This is what I had my summers to do, and
Okay.
so all and the heat of the night. So
Listen.
I was watching all these Law and Order shows and these things. So I thought that what I was going to do is be a lawyer. So that's what I had decided. I had put on my high school wish list. I had told everybody that's exactly what I'm going. And so got to college and things changed.
I understand. It happens.
Things changed. And came out of college and couldn't really find a job. Then wasn't applying to law school at the time. And I ended up subbing.
Right. Okay.
And so that's how I got into the classroom, and ended up ended up subbing, ended up not leaving. Like I said, I was over there in East Point with the pre-K classroom, and the teacher ended up leaving.
Oh,
and
no.
they asked, ended up leaving, and they asked me to take over the classroom. And so after that, there she is. There she wrote. I went back to school, finished at Liberty University, and just became a passionate piece in the puzzle. And that's how I ended up with the classroom. I tell everybody, I think the classroom chose me rather than I chose it. So
I understand. Okay. So, all right. So we have Scooter.
Yes.
Scooter goes to school. Goes to the zoo. So does the Scooter that, is that where the name come from? Your nickname?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's kind of you draw from inspiration or from your childhood things. The actual book came from, or the idea of the book came from my mother. My mother used to take us on summer trips. We would go just to visit Atlanta by themselves. We would go to the Coca-Cola Museum. We would go to the zoo. We would go to different things. One, to keep my mind, and because she raised boys, so she didn't want us tearing up her house. So one, to get us out. One to kind of invigorate our minds and kind of just say. So my thing about it is, yes, it just came from a portion of me, because you look around, you try to find inspiration, but sometimes you all you got to do is look in the mirror.
That's good. That's good. So, okay, where can we purchase Scooter? Amazon.
Scooter Goes to the Zoo is on Amazon.com. I think I try to make it available for somebody for all that can get. All that can get, because I know that everybody shops on Amazon,
right?
And things of that nature. So you can go just put it in your cart. You can look it up. You can find it directly on my page, on my link, on my bio, my different social media pages. So it gets you. I think Amazon is about 2 or 3 days. I think some of the people are getting the books within the day. So depends on how the shipping is. But other than that, it's available on Amazon. I wanted to make it worldwide, so therefore anybody could go and get it.
Now, on your website, you do have a website, correct? So
yes.
So can we order on the website as well?
Well, you can order directly from the TikTok or whatnot, and
right.
I can definitely get it there as well. So if you're on the TikTok, all you have to do is hit that inbox, and we'll be able to send those directly to you as well.
Okay.
So, but also if you I do a lot of book fairs.
Okay.
And I try to do book fairs and things of that nature. One, so that you can meet the author in person. Two, so that you maybe can get your signed copy as well. But we do ship them out directly if need be.
Okay. So without spoiling anything, because I want everybody to go get a book. Okay. I want everybody to go get a book. Can you, without any spoilers, can you just tell us about Scooter?
Yeah,
can you tell us
absolutely. Well, Scooter is a kindergartner. Okay. He's a kindergartner that is on a journey with his kindergarten class and going to the zoo. And what he finds in the zoo and what he finds with his kindergarten class is the different animals and the different discovery of animals. what the trick about the book is, one, for young readers, you want to focus on taglines, you want to focus on sight words, you want to focus on their phonics skill, because K through 2, you're learning how to read.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
you're learning how to read, and so with that adventure, Scooter takes you on a zoo. As far as it's an alphabet book, so you got A through Z. He has different characters and different friends because every friend has a name, and a name matches something that goes within the alphabet. And so what you'll find, and what you'll discover with your young readers is that they'll pick up on the tagline. One, because it's repetitive, and two, that they can actually figure out what maybe comes next. And this is when you kind of get into a conversation with the child. And so that's what the book is all about. It wants to build conversation around one, discovery of your animals. I know that my little Chloe wants to be a veterinarian. So
That's right.
Those type of animals, sparking those type of professions, those type of things. And so that's what Scooter is on the job to do, is kind of just to show you what he can and kind of discover what it is to be adventurous, to have alliteration, to have friends. It teaches you about the safety, because a lot of scholars and a lot of children go on field trips,
Right.
and they want to discover. And so that brings the science mind out. It brings in the science as well as the math, because you can count different animals, as well as your basic reading and fundamental skills that you have in reading.
Wow. Okay, so Miss Connie Jones said you came and read the book to her kindergarten class and they loved it. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, so I got to go back home because DeKalb County is one of my definitely homes. Shout out to Jolly Elementary School. I love my Jolly family.
Right.
I was invited back to be able to read to the kindergarten class because, of course, you want to try your stuff out, because, of course, if the kids don't like it,
Right,
I mean, you out the creek. But what was so amazing about reading it to them is that they begin to answer the questions. They begin to ask what was next. They begin to lead me reading the book, because of course, when you're reading to children, you want to have them engage. I think that's what a lot of times we just don't want to read to the child, or just verbalize. You will do all the reading, but have the child have a conversation with you. What is it that you like about? It's okay to stop in the middle of the book and ask questions and see if the comprehension is there. It's okay to stop and find out discovery, or even fix misconceptions that you may have. And so what was so amazing about them is we predicted what would become next. And some of her high scholars, they were like, well, baboon starts with a B, or cat starts with a C, and they begin to put those concepts of what they were learning in the classroom together with the book. And so that was kind of an amazing eye opener for me, as an author, seeing the book unfold and seeing what the vision of the book was supposed to bring.
That's beautiful.
Jolly, Xavier Frazier said Jolly Elementary is in the building.
Miss Vivian Willis said, shout out to the J.
Boy, you got a lot of friends on here.
And friends, won't you go ahead and like and subscribe to Chris and Carlette page? We got the star on here.
We got this star. Make sure you like and subscribe to our page. Go out to, if you're on Facebook, subscribe, and if you're on, and then go out to YouTube and like and subscribe. But yeah, boy,
okay, I'm sorry.
Just cut me. Go on, Carlette. Go on. Go on.
So
let me just zip my lips over here.
Now, I have to say this. I have to go back to last week, but I want your perspective, because you listened last week, and I know you heard everything that she was saying. She just retired last year. She just retired. Okay, and so give us your thoughts on the importance of children reading. What have you seen? And then there's a question too once you get done with that.
Okay. What I have seen, because again, I have to do this sometimes for 180 days. There's a loss. There's a loss of learning. There's a loss of passion for reading. Most kids want the tablet. Most kids don't want to open up a book. Most kids don't even want to touch a book. And so what I've seen is just not a love of fostering around reading. Reading is supposed to be fun, and I think most kids see reading as a chore.
Yeah.
And what they don't understand is that you will have to use that skill for the rest of your life.
Right.
And so, what if you check out the numbers? I think the National Assessment of Education Progress, like our national report card that comes out every year, post pandemic, I think we're at about 43% of kids like not reading on proficient level. And so you have to understand, by the time they get to fourth grade, they have to know how to read. It's a zilt. It's no getting around it. And I would even say before they hit second grade, they've got because post pandemic we've lost learning gaps. We're further behind. Everybody sees it or whatnot, but my job as an educator is to kind of fill those gaps and feel what we can do. And so having a fostering and loving around reading has to be evident in the home. It has to be evident in the education system. It has to be evident in the community. Like, we've all got to put our foot down and support reading, because again, reading is probably one of the fundamental thing that you have to have in anything that you do.
Anything.
I don't care if you're a truck driver. I don't care if you're a hairstylist. I don't care if you are the president of the United States. You're going to have those fundamental skills of reading to be able to be passionate. And it's just a loss. And I think it's a loss of loving to read.
Yeah, I agree. And it falls back on the parent. It really does. It does. It fall back on the parents. I look at my 3 and what I did right and wrong with each one, but I think I mastered it with Chloe. Because I would like to report to you her forever Sunday school teacher.
She already went over all her accolades with.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. He heard it last week, but the girl first grade, they put fourth and fifth grade in front of her. The reading, the words,
and so that's what I tell parents all the time. You cannot limit the child. The child is able to perform if you put the right tools and if you put the right support in place. That means I would suggest reading at night. Like, my mother always read to us at night. I remember, I think I got tired of The Little Engine That Could, because it would be a repetitive book. But again, that's what my life is built on sometimes. The Little Engine That Could. And so these are some of the things that they can grasp when they do look back and when they do have challenges. And so I think, again, fostering a reading at home, fostering reading at school, fostering reading in the community, those 3 pillars can actually help us fill in the gaps that we're seeming to be missing.
What do you have to say?
I'm just listening. No, I'm saying. Now instead of what was the engine that could, you got Scooter goes to the zoo.
Scooter goes to the zoo.
Absolutely.
So what age group does that or grade level does that reach?
So it depends on where you are. So an educator can use it from K to 2. I would use it on learning how to read.
Okay.
From 3 to 5, because again, in the book it has alliteration, it has rhyming words, it has adjectives. So I would pick out the comprehension for 3 to 5th. One, because if you what I tell parents, you'll be surprised. The 5th grader wants to go back to kindergarten for some odd reason. They love their children, because at this particular time they're reading fluently. They're oral readings. So they're reading to their little brother, they're reading to their little sister, they're reading to a little cousin. And so that begins a fostering a family of love and reading. So they read it to their, and so my advice would be, find out what is it that you're actually looking for. But it's a K through 2 targeted book, because again, like I said, though picking out those particular things that the book is. But again, you just got to see where it is. if I were to give some advice to like a fifth grader, I would take this book to my zoo, because this is where they can pull out their science manuals, they can pull out their investigation, they can pull out their evaluation, and based upon the book reference, they can explore that. So there's plenty of ways. A book has no I think age limit to where you can enjoy. I think the adult can enjoy it because that's something that you can read to your child, and then your child can turn around and to read to you. So those are the things that I definitely would put out there for it's. I think it's for all ages and all genres.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So do you think that, how can I say, hold on, I gotta delete somebody.
I got it.
Okay. Do you think that Scooter, are we gonna grow with Scooter? What's the future for Scooter? Is Scooter going to middle school? I mean, what is Scooter doing? Is he going on his first airplane ride? Are we gonna grow with him?
He is. I've been tasked to keep Scooter, because of course, you know me, I thought I was one and done and out.
You drew us in.
No, there has been a pulley and a task to keep it going. Want to find out what discovery. And so what I've been doing is, because I want to be intricate and I want to be intentional when I put things out, because I want to hear from what the kids want. What is it that they're looking for in this next generation? What is it that I can connect with, or how can they connect to the real world? And how can we put that in a fun and a loving way so that we can foster a love when they pick up a book? Because again, like I said, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, what are they going to still say? Can Scooter still be relevant in that process? And so that's what I've been thinking of. But I think Scooter is going on another adventure.
All right.
As well as some other things that are brewing in
I
the pot.
love it.
Does Scooter have a friend?
Scooter has many friends. Like if you go through the book, he has a slew of kindergarten friends or whatnot that he can actually choose from. And so that's what's so great about it. And if you go through the book, I tried to hit on a lot on diversity, because again, coming from DeKalb County, from an international school, I had to teach English to people who did not speak English, didn't speak English in the home, didn't speak it in. And so trying to master that, because what I wanted the book to do is, you can pick out you in the book.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not a kid that looks like me, a girl that looks like you, somebody that looks like them, and somebody that looks like whose family had to come over to America or had to settle here in Georgia. Those are the things that I tried to harp on, as well as say. So Scooter has a plethora of friends, and I think we can really do some mastery things with that.
So let me ask you this: what do you tell a parent or parents whose child doesn't find it interesting to read? Like there's a lack of motivation, and they just don't want to read. I mean, they'd rather do other things than reading. You know, they'll do the math. You know, they'll do the other assignments, science. STEM, but. What do you tell a parent whose child just doesn't want to read?
Well, first advice I would give them is survey your child. Find out what your child likes. Is your child into science? Is your child into space? Is he into cars? Is he into monsters? Is he into fiction? There's something for everybody. You just, as a parent, you've got to dig a little bit deeper. It's just not here, give the child a book. If the child is not going to look at it, when you pick up a book, when you go through Target, when you go through Walmart, when you go through the different bookstores, what is it that your child looks at? Like take them down the book aisle, look at it.
Yeah.
See what they say about, because again, pictures, covers, images, photos, those things capture different text features that capture our attention. Like when you walk down, what's this about? And you know what I'm saying? If it's about anime, like I know there are books about anime and things of that nature. Take whatever it is on the TV or whatever it is that you see or whatever they're interested on that tablet, and try to go find a book that matches that.
That matches that. Okay.
Wow. Hey, I wanted to make sure that guest, if you're viewing, if you're watching, if you have any questions for Justin, please feel free, or Mr. Clark, please make sure that you post them on the comment side. So if you have any questions about his book, or if you want to get an autograph, copy, make sure you post those questions on the chat. So he's taking questions as we speak.
And I want to say, I've been tagging parents with little children and other educators. Purchase the book. Go to Amazon. There's also a QR code on the screen that you can put your phone up there. His 2 QR codes that can lead you to him as well. But nonetheless, you already got Amazon coming to your house every other day. Throw Scooter in the basket. Throw Scooter in the basket. Yes. If you don't have a child, donate it to your niece, your nephew, your cousin, your neighbor. Okay, the little person at school. At church. Just saying, you're around somebody that needs to know who Scooter is. Scooter, and he going to the zoo, and as you just heard, we're gonna grow with Scooter. Okay, so now, and we're gonna bring it on in. Any upcoming events you want us to know about? Any book signing? Anything coming up?
Yeah, I've got a few things in the gauntlet. I've been invited to a couple of book fairs. The Happy Black Parent is coming up in July the 20th, I believe. And the Pittsburgh community here in Atlanta, Georgia, over there on the west side, they're doing a book fair. So you can come out and meet other authors. You can come out, Scooter will be there, and you can come out and meet other authors, as well as get some good food. I think they're doing a lot of celebrations and things of that nature. And also in August, I will be at the Black Authors Festival in Sag Harbor, New York as well. And so that is exciting and things of that nature. I'm going to my father's home, and we'll be out there with the book fairs. And then just like I said, look on my website. There's some other things that have not been concrete yet, but I think they're going to come in the summer. And so we're definitely looking in. And then and later on in November, we have a couple book festivals and book fairs. Once school gets started back up, we'll be doing those things as well. So just getting out in the community, making sure that people know the importance of reading, because again, like I believe in children's literacy across this globe, because it's needed. And if we don't teach them, if we don't do it for them, if we don't introduce it to them, how are they to learn?
Right.
Yeah.
I got a question. Somebody, Vivian Willis. I think that's Willis.
Yes, that's Miss Vivian
Willis. Yes. She wanted to know, how does one get you to read to their class?
Well, they can reach out to me on Clark Kids Academy,
which is that QR code right there.
Yep, Clark Kids Academy, or on the QR code, or Clark Kids Academy at gmail.com, and send me an email, and when schedules permit, because again, like I'm a full-time Georgia educator as well, so I'm if I'm not free, I'm in the classroom. But other than that, definitely take some time out. I take time out to carve out to make sure, like when the Read Across America comes in, and so if you hit me on those type of websites. My email as well, and as well as my social media platform, will definitely make sure that we can have that happen. I do hopefully having a book reading coming up soon that will be posted on my social media as well. So those things as well.
Awesome.
So is it true? I don't know if we talked about this. You do tutoring as well?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so I do a tutoring as well. I haven't been able to do as much as I would like with the busy schedule now, being an author or whatnot.
Right.
So what I do is, but there are other avenues and other people that I'm connected to that are tutoring this thing. So we could definitely you can find those on my website, because I think my young achiever, Carissa Young. Shout out to Carissa Young. She's a tutor as well. She has a tutoring business that I've been connected to over the years to be able to do that, because again, the importance of kind of just staying on the summer's getting shorter.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
you really want to keep your child involved in some type of academic rigor over the summer, whether it's, like I said, reading 15 to 20 minutes a day, whether it's doing math problems with them, solving math problems every day, making sure that you go to your state's website to see what the GMAS, or I'm sorry, the whatever the state testing materials that they have at that particular time, and see what kind of academic tools that you can use to actually keep their minds going. Because again, like I said, they're kind of not playing with our kids these days. Like they hit them hard in the classroom. So
yeah.
I know. We told Evan and Chloe, y'all have this last week. Y'all got it free, and today, but come tomorrow, y'all hitting the pavement running, boy. We're gonna do some cursive handwriting.
It doesn't have to be that intense. It's just something that is a routine. I tell other people all the time, children like routine. And so what happens is they get off their routine during the summer. So if you're like when you're on your camping trips, and when you're riding down to the camping trip, that's when the book should be in her hand, or that's when the math problem should be in his hand, or that's when we should be questioning each other. So when we do get to our plan or our Disney World trip, we're free.
Well, I'll say this. I'm glad Chris said that, because again, Miss Demetra, oh yeah, that is right. Online libraries that Miss Demetra, our guest last week, she's in the comments, and she's adding to even what you're saying. Like I said, she's a retired educator. She hung it up last year, but she still has her businesses as well.
Check your local libraries. Libraries have summer programs. I know that and then I know kids like to eat, so I know that Pizza Hut, I think, still does the reading program.
Yes, they do.
I think some Barnes, if you check with Barnes and Nobles, they have some type of online reading program and things of that nature. So resources are out there to help support that. Like if you go to your local restaurant, I think some of your restaurants, they do have reading programs or reading incentives for children. So
okay.
Yeah. Hey, if you're viewing us, make sure you like. We try to give you all some good information. So if you all enjoyed this information, please like and subscribe to our YouTube page, please. And support. Let us know that you're supporting us. I'm trying to go to the YouTube page now, but okay. So that's good information. Because it's time for Evan. All he wants to think about is some football. So we told Evan. We said, hey, Evan, we're not gonna have a dumb jock. So
and Chris, and that's what I'm telling about our boys. Find books on football. Like I said, the sports magazine.
Yeah.
My dad used to make us read the sports magazine, and so that's how something interesting that interests him. Of course, like I said, you like a kid, he's not going to have Stephen A. You look at Stephen A. Your boy Shannon Sharp and things of that nature. These announcers, that's a reading fundamental skill that they have to do their job. And so really honing in on what the kid likes, because if you find football plays, he's got to be able to read the plays. He's ready, right. Sometimes I know we all want to make it to the NFL, but right, let's read about Deion Sanders, his what it took for him to
his journey.
Yes. So like I said, putting those concepts and putting those things together.
That's good.
Because you can find the tool for reading anywhere.
Right. That's good. Yeah.
Well, wow. I want to put a challenge out there. If you are a member of any book club or reading circle, now I know you reading grown folks books. I know that, or self-help books and all that, and financial books. But I want you to get a book. Scooter Goes to the Zoo. and started off with that. Not to discuss it, but to show the other readers what they need to go, and that's in your club, to buy, to give it to the little ones in their family or their neighbor or the church member. Okay, I want to stretch you off. You're part of a reading group. Go to Amazon, buy Scooter Goes to the Zoo, take it, start to say, can I just interject something and say, I encourage you to go support this new author and this book. It's for the youngin', the little person, okay, that's K through 2nd or 3rd through 5th, that can help them with this book and add to their personal library, okay? Or even feature it, have a feature at their birthday party. I did that for Chloe, another author we had on, talking about I Saw a Ladybug at her gift table. Because it was my gift to Chloe. I had the book on an easel so the parents could see. So that's another something you can add to the birthday party on the candy table. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Okay? And feature this book, Scooter Goes to the Zoo. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. Oh, Miss Demetri says she in these comments. She said Evidence working on a football comic. Okay.
I want to know about it too.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So before we leave, a couple of weeks ago, we visited Howard, and I am like HBCU. Never went to one. We both PWI. He did 2 years at Knoxville College, but after that experience, I was like HBCU, do it. So you are an HBCU alum. Can you tell us your experience at your beloved Tuskegee?
Wow. It's funny. I was not even going to Tuskegee. I didn't have Tuskegee on the mind. I really did. Coming out of high school, I was like, what's that? Because again, when I was coming out of school, it was all about the Georgia States, the Georgia Southerns, most of the schools are like that around the time, the Kennesaws and stuff. Those were where we were applying to. Mm-hmm. And so it's funny. I have my grandmother. I have my grandmother and her first cousin. Shout out to the late Vivian Pearson. She was a beloved educator as well and a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Okay.
But she had her daughter had and her husband owned a photography business, mm-hmm. and so I was taking my senior pictures over there at the photography business because my mom said you got to go over there and take the pictures and things of that nature and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And so I got over there, and of course, these are HBCU alums all day. Agnes Scott College, Clark College, these people, Elizabeth State City University. So these are that's my side of our family that
right.
is HBCU. And they said, so of course, the question of any high school person, what school you going to, where you applying
right.
to? Because of course this is not an option for the people my age coming out of school. You going to school somewhere. Mm-hmm. And so I started to tell them all my list of schools, and they was like, well, we don't hear a HBCU on that list. And I was like, I didn't think, to apply and whatnot. And she said, okay. And so I had two cousins that were at Tuskegee at the time. Mm. And so she said, well, your cousin is coming back, and I want you to go down with her to visit the school. And I said, well, lucky enough, spring break correlated with what I was on. So went down there to Tuskegee on the day. Did not know that it was family engagement week, and they were having all types of stuff. So the yard was popping. The yard was hot. And of course, to a 17-year-old kid, all these black people and all this fun going on. I was like, eyes just lit up. And so I was like, well, this is where I want to be. I was like, this is fun. This is cool. This is college. Mm-hmm. And so I was so excited. And my cousin was like, well, just go fill out, the application, things of that nature and whatnot. Didn't think nothing of it. And so got back home, graduated, and they sent me an acceptance letter, sent me a piece of scholarship, sent me. I was like, hey.
He said, piece
So
of scholarship.
I was like, hey, let's go. And so my mom was just like, and my mom and dad were like, well, that's cool. We went down there, they moved me in, and so the experience of Tuskegee is something that I can never take away. We talk about one-on-one attention. We talk about people pouring into you. And at that particular time, growing up sometimes in rural Georgia, you don't see people that look like you.
Right.
And so to be educated and to be poured into, to be encouraged, to be guided, to be corrected down there was an experience that I think that was God-given. I cannot take it away. I've met some of my lifelong friends at Tuskegee. I've had so much support from the university. I've had so much knowledge, learning about who I am, one, as a Black male, two, as an educated person, and three, about the possibilities that I can do in this world and be solidified in it. I think any HBCU gives you that experience. Any HBCU is passionate about it. I love it's a hidden thing. We love to talk trash to each other, but you better not talk about my sister. And that camaraderie, that joint is something that I think money cannot pay for.
Wow.
And it's just a special jewel in our nation's history and our nation's just existence. And so I loved it. I tell anybody that wants to go, I love it. Now, I do. If I had known a little bit, that I might not have hurt my parents' pockets so much. But,
Gotcha.
but other than that, it's an experience that you cannot deny, and it's just been a heart. I love to go back to homecoming. I love to go back to
we see that every year.
When I tell you, it's probably Tuskegee, probably one of the best, if not the best homecoming ever to experience. It's something. Our football team, if you ever been under the shed, it's an experience.
Does Tom Jordan get down there?
Tom, absolutely. That was one of the things that I got, like, meeting him was one of my highlights. I think I met him after a year after I graduated. He did the commencement speech, and I had to go down there for a graduation, and being able to talk to him and have him explain and shed some light on his experience was amazing. Lionel Richie, some of these famous people that are just Tuskegee bred. It's just an experience that you cannot deny.
Yeah, you only did one thing wrong, but we're not gonna go there. But does this look familiar to you?
That looks. Look at Claude. Oh man, that's the veterinary medicine. One of the top, and I think in the universe, boy. Most of your veterinarians come out of Tuskegee, and I can't wait till Chloe goes down there. I can't wait to visit her down on the campus when we get down there.
Yes, there she is.
That's a beautiful campus. We drove it, and the funny thing, it was I could tell it was an orientation weekend.
Yeah.
It's always something. They've always had something going and something rare. And what's so beautiful about the campus is that the students. The students built. I mean, these are engineers, these are architects, these are people who design our buildings, and just the rich history that it has. Walking on the campus, you can feel it when you hit the gate. It's just a presence of prestigious.
Yes.
Wow. Well, man, we thank you so much for your time.
This was amazing. I was looking forward to this.
Whoever A. Wallace is, they are on YouTube, and they were blowing the thread up, boy. Yes, Young Achievers is great.
My McGarrett family. That's my McGarrett family. I told you I got to be around Clayco County, boy.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing like the South Side.
make sure she subscribe as many times as I'd had to click on to show you her. No, just kidding. No, but it's been an honor and a pleasure to have you on. When Carlette first told me about it, I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea to have you on to talk about the book and stuff. So we appreciate it. So thank you.
We have to keep our scholars reading, and you've created a solution.
Right.
You've created a solution, and so we have to bring the solution.
That's where it came from. My mother asked me a question one time that has stuck with me. I think probably for the rest of my life. And she said, Justin, what is it that you're going to give to the world that's going to outlive you and that's still going to bless people? And so I had to take that and think and meditate on that. And that's where that comes. Because again, like I said, Scooter's going to be here when Justin is no longer here.
And we're gonna grow. We're gonna grow with Scooter.
Yeah.
We're gonna go on the journey. Yeah. What's Scooter doing now?
We're gonna be with Scooter when he get his first girlfriend.
Listen.
Yes.
Got him.
Yeah, shoot.
Well, Mr. Frazier, Xavier Frazier said, excellent job, Clark. I'm so proud of you, man. All right. We thank you for your time. We have held you for a good hour and some. And listen, when we close out, we're going to call you, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
All right, man. You take it easy.
Y'all go to Amazon and get that book. Scooter said, come get me off of Amazon.
Come adopt Scooter.
Come get him.
Come get him. Right.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Take them to your local library. Say, add them to the yes. Come on, local library. That's an idea. Absolutely. Y'all get Scooter.
Absolutely.
Get an extra book and go to your local library and say, I think you need to add this. Yeah. Add this to the catalog. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Lord, for that.
All right, man. You take it easy.
All right.
Take it easy.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye. All right. This was such a good broadcast. Yes.
This was good. This
session.
This was good.
To go get Scooter, y'all.
You can go right there to Amazon.
Go to Amazon.
Okay.
To get Scooter.
Scooter goes to the zoo. Add it to your library.
To the zoo.
Build your child's library, your niece, your nephew, your grandchild, your student, your scholar. A gift. Like I said, feature it at a birthday party on the gift table on the easel. And encourage the parents to go buy it. I did it. I'm telling you.
I need to get Scooter.
Yes. Scooter goes to the zoo.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, take a copy to the local library and said, I think you need to, read this. I think you need to add it to the shelf, add it to the catalog.
Yes.
So I don't know what the process is to get a book added, but doesn't hurt. You can find out, So we thank you. We got some more stuff cooking, but, we want to keep this going to get our kids something else in front of you about our children in school. We don't want our child to be in that percentage, 35 to 40% loss. No, we don't want that. And it's our job to do it. Yes, they have to do their part, but, let's bring it to them. And you need to get with, Mr. Justin Clark and Ms. Demetria Bryant, who we've had. You can watch the show from last week when she was on. There's too many resources. She has a website on My Tutor Helps Me with free resources on there. He has resources on his. So listen, if you need that information, inbox us, say something on a Chris and Carlette Live page. We will get that to you. Okay? Bringing a solution to you.
All right, y'all. I'm about to go to bed. It's 10 o'clock. As you get older, you won't need to go to bed a little bit
later.
Earlier. Yeah. So no,
it still ain't hit me yet. So listen, like I tell y'all.
Oh, that was a dig. Okay.
You know what? Listen, I tell y'all every week. Listen, it's time to pray. If you don't know what to pray, if you can't think of nothing else, you think you've exhausted your means of thinking what else to pray for. Go to the news. Go to your local news. Go to CNN, MSNBC, Fox, whatever you watch. And you can get a good laundry list in 15 minutes. It's so much to pray for. Seek the face of God.
Yes.
And listen, we love you. God loves you. And we will see you next week.
We will see you next week. Peace. please. Let me see what number is that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's number 5. Bang. Nope, wrong one. 6.
Thanks for joining us this week on Chris and Carlette Live. Make sure to visit our website, chrisandcarlette.com. If you're on Facebook, share this broadcast. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our show. You may also find us on Apple Podcast, where you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. Let us stay in contact with you by texting CNC Live to 474747. That's CNC Live to 474747.
CNC